Absolutely. Gotta go for that classic sort of BRB screen. That's the one that I've made. Made me more? I should. Oh, me just. There we go. Turn this down just a wee tiny little bit, you know? Huh. Huh. Oh. Also going to go here. Do this. Do that. And there. I'm not that small, though. What are you talking about? And I see you've decided to ruin your points. It's a decision that you have made, yes? Ah, that is true. Usually they are. Let me do that. We're going to slay the princess. As so the game demands. Oh, fair. I love the music so far. And the voice acting of this, because I've seen a little bit. I've seen the trailer and I watched like 5 minutes of someone playing it and just like, nah, I want to play this myself. I have to wait for the demo, and then I missed the drop, and I only remembered that the demo is now out. So, we're doing it now, you know? Yeah, you know. Oh. Anywho, with that, yeah, going to be slaying the princess, as it were, or not. It's up to our decisions. Let us. Tomato and cheese. Actually, right now, I'm going to take some time and say, this will be. I know I've only just come back and streaming it again and whatnot, but I. Oh my. Uh, Anywho, that was a change in screen. Yes, indeed. Yeah. uh, but as I was gonna say, um, I uh I didn't jump. It startled me. I've seen all the backgrounds for this before, but I was just mid talking something, and I was just like, "Oh wait, what's happening? I don't remember that. Wait, oh yeah, it does this." And then I was just like, "Oh yeah," and the bright flash, like flashbang, be real quick, you know. But as I'm saying, as I was saying, ugh, ah, um, I will be going away for a week. I'm gonna miss all my streams next week, and I know I've just really sort of come back and been doing things again, but yeah, I'm gonna go away again, and you can't stop me. Uh, but yeah, I will be returning after that, but I will be in a place with no signal, and I'll try to keep Twitter updated. I'm terrible at that. But yeah, uh, let us get started. And start. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. So one thing I do know, the explorers are just like, get more information, well, these are the decisions. Like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. That is one of the decisions I can make. The explorer ones are questions like, the end of the world? What are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Oh. But how can a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Is my, like, cursor flawed, sort of like wolf finger, humanoid wolf finger? Oh, I'm a furry. This is awesome. And I am snapped forward. Let me just, again, snap back. I'm hunched forward. My posture has been permanently altered. Ah, there we go. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Well, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Alright. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Real.
Oh, if only that were the case.
Can someone else do this?
I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said,
Well,
I
thanks.
don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did. Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Maybe I do.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Look, I'll go to the cabin and talk to her, and if she's bad as you say that she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin. Okay, I'm sold. Let's get this over with. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me what to do. Walk towards the cabin. Turn around and leave. This is... Okay, I'm gonna do the only one that I've seen before, so I can get that out of the way.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Okay, fine, you're persistent. I'll go up to the cabin and slay the princess. Ugh. Okay, fine. I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her. Maybe I won't. Guess we'll see. Fine. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is that I'm not going. Is where I'm not going. The cabin. I am not going to the cabin. It's like I said, I'm pretty okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Turn around again and leave again.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. That's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this. Quietly continue down the path.
Is deafening.
It is. I am very quiet. I haven't said a thing.
Fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
Yeah, kinda. Certainly seems to be the case. Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place. There's no fighting this, is there? I have to go into the cabin, don't I? Fine.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Oh, nice.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Say, I just got an achievement, and it's the "You Died" screen from Dark Souls. That is the achievement art. Oh, wonderful. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell is she? But I died. What am I doing here? Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. Lie. Yep, okay. Definitely going to slay that princess.
A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us has been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yeah, screw this guy. They might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off.
Saw that. I saw this in the background and I thought those are some weird looking trees compared to the rest. But that's just a fucking wall.
Still, the world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Oh, don't you worry. I'll gladly slay that princess. She's got it coming. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. Maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore them, they're just being difficult for the sake of it.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is odd, the air smelling faintly of plastic, the wood of the walls fitting together at uncomfortable angles. The only furniture is a plain wooden table, its legs all the wrong lengths, causing it to tilt towards the door. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways?
I mean, yeah, that is... How good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity, you know?
I, for one, would rather have it. We don't really know what we're dealing with here. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
Explore. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I don't know. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are warped and shoddily constructed. The air seeping up from below is heavy, oppressive, with an odd stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs, its multi-tonal lilt adding to the already uneasy atmosphere.
Hello. Is someone there?
This isn't what I expected her to sound like.
Me either.
What
You know?
is she? I think we'd all like to know. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view.
Her hand shouldn't be at that angle.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile.
I should mention, this is a horror game. So, warning.
Good lord. Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had a friend.
Oh. This is a demo, so it isn't like... Alright. Let's start again.
You're on a you're here.
Alright. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution!
Spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Okay.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh, fair. Okay. Yeah. Proceed into the cabin. Oh.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
True. Alright. Let's see what's different this time.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's commanding, almost as though she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi! Just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue down the stairs. Okay. Alright. So, methinks I should maybe... Oh, I just fucked something up. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Sorry, 1 second. Hello? Okay. Okay. Sorry. Very, very sorry, y'all. Okay, hello. Alright, perfect. That should be fine. Alright. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
Alright.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
The other one didn't have that. That is not great.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Fun. Yeah.
Are you here to kill me or something?
Are you here to kill me? What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to read the next one. No, I haven't decided yet. I'm just here to talk. Steal your nerves and step forward. Honestly, I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out.
She's got an angry look on her face.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Might as well.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah. Okay, we've talked enough. A relationship? Are you coming on to me? There's people out there who think you're a threat to the world. What do you have to say about that? What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
You know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is an entirely different matter.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk, but this isn't talking.
But you haven't.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here. And well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Yeah, fair. Okay.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw. It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around. You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would, but I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. But you don't have the time to worry over such things. Everything goes black, and you die.
Now, do I go back in time? Real quick, or does this get... Yep.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
There's no wall.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then there's nothing we can do to stop her. She's going to kill us again. Oh, is there another one of us in here? If you go to the cabin, you might as well just throw yourself at her feet and beg for mercy. You are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff that pathetic little voice to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Ooh. It's getting the hell out of here. Yeah, I get it. I'm going to the cabin.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you. It's
Yeah,
not
don't
her
leave.
lies that'll stop us. I must admit, I'm a little worried about going back in there. I don't want to be as much of a downer as my new roommate, but we were definitely outclassed last time. She seems more demon than princess. Ignore them, they don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess. Don't get all in your head about it.
She fucking punched me with the power of a fucking sledgehammer
The
and
interior of the
shattered my
cabin is
jaw.
larger than it should be. The only item of furniture is a plain wooden table with the blade as your...
Yes, yes. Take the blade. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open. revealing an old wooden staircase. The steps are wide and deep. The air seeping up from below is heavy and oppressive, with an odd, eggy stink to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
A bit different.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's somehow even fiercer than it was before.
Of course it is. Don't let it intimidate you. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, a
She's
large
hot.
shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Is it just me, or is she bigger than last time? It looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought. I told you. It's pointless.
That doesn't sound wonderful.
I was wondering when I might have company. Free me from my bindings, and maybe I'll let you live for a while.
Alright. Okay, so it seems like each ending is going to be like some of the choices, and then continue, and then the second chapter is going to be a continuation from that. So
You're
like
on a path in the woods.
yes,
You're
yes, yes,
here.
yes, yes. I know. Yes, yes, narrator, I understand. You've narrated this before. Alright. Thanks for
Don't
telling me what to do.
It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning. Before she will We're not going to go through with this. Ignore him.
So far, like, it's been, like, you kill her, and she's shown her strength, and, like, we've talked about her, like, oh, she's a super powerful, like, demon, and then she was a demon. So, I'm assuming you'll have to kill her in the full game, multiple times in succession, but, like, using slightly different things to deal with, like, how she's changed. Oh,
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the blade is your implement.
and I think that's really fucking cool.
You take
Yes, I take the blade and I enter the basement.
Who's there?
its command. Don't let him.
Continue down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk
Not gonna
down
give
the
her a
stairs
chance.
and lock eyes with the princess.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing.
I
She's
don't know.
unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this. You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
So, I seem to be like a bird of some kind. Or like, I have feathers, I have scales, I have talons, and I have hairs? I think those are just smaller feathers.
this is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming, but I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over,
Yes, she is.
isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
course not. That was too easy.
Over. Don't get all worked up.
True.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience. But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of space.
Fuck. This is cool as shit. Oh.
What happened? Everyone is...
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for saving the world. Oh. Okay. That's bullshit. Let me out of here.
I'm so glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right?
Alright. Didn't you hear the narrator? I'm happy. We're happy.
Are we really happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
No, we're happy, I'm sure of it. And I'm not just saying that because you're... okay, maybe I'm not happy. I'm not just saying that because you're the last person I talked to.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. Though you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Like in Minecraft, though. In Minecraft. Anything to get the hell out of here. You're right. I didn't like that idea. I'm just gonna stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer.
How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it.
Oh, yeah, fair. Mm-hmm.
In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You better be right. About this. I'll be pretty upset if we die. Not risking death over your weird hunch. Anything to get the hell out of to get out of this hell. You're right. I didn't like that idea, but I'm just going to stick around and not do anything for at least a little while longer. You better be right.
Die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
The narrative doesn't seem so
Whatever.
great.
For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Wonderful. The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Yeah, fuck you.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe that's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. Oh, is there another one of us in here? I've always been here. I've just gotten a little louder. And I'm ready for all of us to have a marvelous time. Just stay focused on the task at hand.
You trapped me here after I slew her last time. I'm not going to play along
How
this time.
unfortunate that the sole person capable of slaying the princess also seems to be somewhat insane. Oh well, so long as you get the job done, it doesn't matter what sort of mental state you're in.
Fair enough.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie.
Yeah,
You're
she'll
right.
lie.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of my new roommate. I think that...
History. You're right. She won't be a problem. Sec. Not sure I'm a fan of my new roommate. I think there's a lot more to the situation than we've been told.
The situation
true.
couldn't be more straightforward. Just ignore him.
I cannot do that. Let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odor of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only item of furniture is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. Before you have a chance to even think about taking it, the top of a hand appears from underneath the floorboards. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, and finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Oh, wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
I clicked through. Before you have a chance to even think about taking it, the top of a head appears from underneath the floorboards. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin.
A ghost!
Wonderful. Fucking love that. That is fucking fantastic. Ghost. Ooh.
Oh, wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, killer. I guess we've got some things to talk about, haven't we? Like how you murdered me?
Yeah, fair. Alright. Alright, let's check out the achievement. I'm gonna try to get all the achievements. Well, that's fair. Alright. I'm gonna just do this as a full achievements
And
run.
at the end of that path
No.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Kinky.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. Turn around and leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
There's only one thing that matters, and it's that I'm not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just... Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Okay, I'm going to the cabin.
That's
Sheesh.
great to hear. A warning. She will, fortunately. We can't just go through with this and listen to him. She's a princess. We're supposed to say... Ignore that annoying little...
Yes. I love the voices in this game so
The
far.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement.
Let's just go into the basement. That's a bad decision, but you know.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I'm here to save you. Lie. I'm here to save you. I love when games have the exact same option, but just one just says lie. The cheekiest little thing, and it's so dumb, but it's so funny every single time. Okay. I'm here to
How
save
many
you.
times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Probably a few
Wait,
more times.
Really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Stab in the chains. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Oh, I know.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm not, but okay.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
I don't know. going to check upstairs. Maybe the key is still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Try the
You try
door.
the door, but it's locked from the outside. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
Yeah?
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Oh. Okay.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't. She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze meets yours.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Oh.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges? Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade! Move the blade!
I'm sorry. I can see you're doing your best to resist what's happening to you. I'll try and make this quick.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. You feel her claws on your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained red as your blood seeps into the fabric. When she manages to escape from this place and bring ruin to the world, know that it was all your fault.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path, you're here to...
Yes, yes. She's going to kill me
Yeah.
again.
People don't die twice.
I've died
You've
like
only
20
met
times
the
now. What are you
princess,
talking
and
about?
I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then don't forget what he did to us the last time around. We can help her. We just have to find a way.
Oh, is there another one of us in here? Help her? Need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Sure, and all of us in here definitely believe you.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Just stay focused on the task at hand.
Oh, okay, definitely going
You
to slay
know
that
I can
princess.
tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
Yeah, you can beg all you want.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say the word wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
I love and hate this so much. It's terrifying. It's creepy as fuck.
The interior
But
of
it's
the
funny.
cabin is almost entirely empty. The air stale and musty. The blade is your implement.
Take the knife.
You take the blade from the table.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries softly up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's even more hypnotizing than before.
Bro.
Is it more hypnotizing than before, or is that just what we want it to be?
I think we're in love. For everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just don't let her charm you. It's all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
I can't see that.
She's still so beautiful. And she has both of her arms again.
I don't trust that she's
Did
locked up
everything
there.
we just went through actually happen? It must have, because she's different. Can't you tell?
You. I remember you. You're going to help me get out of here, right?
She's much more... the damsel. Okay. I need to... Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 1, 2... There's only 2 more endings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna quickly search for something. Alright. Bringing up an achievement guide. That's a really cool change. Alright. Alright, that didn't help. Well, this one? Swell, that one didn't help either. Hey! Howdy howdy. I'm playing a creepy AF game. That is a lot of fun, actually. I know some that I have to do. Here on the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
And thank you for that lurk.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. Walk towards the cabin.
You make your way up a warning. She
Yep,
will
yep,
lie.
yep.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That's true.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. He has no idea what he's talking about.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Yep. Right. There's a couple things that I have to do to get all the achievements for the demo.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Yeah, that's true.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's commanding. Almost as though she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just
Oh?
checking in on you.
It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's so coldly beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something? Maybe because of the giant knife you're holding?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. The blade
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
A gate will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I
Done
So-
this.
This is a pretty awkward start to a Not to make things even more awkward, but do you know why you're here to kill me?
Of course I do. Do you think I'd just come here to kill someone?
And yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife.
Did not mean to
If
click it,
killing
but I
me
did.
was really that important, you would have... So, someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly what she wants.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Oh.
Just how long has she been down here?
Did they even bother to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world? Because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We can figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Okay. Time the chains.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess.
Yes. Ah. I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
Yes, you will.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
Clicks and
Someone else
shuts. Doesn't do anything. Try the door.
You're here to slay.
Yes. I have to do this. I have to
You
kill.
make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Yeah, I'm sure it definitely would have been easier, but, that's lame. That is no longer working. Bring up a whole nother browser. This is gonna fucking tank my internet. Oh, fuck. Alright. Everything hasn't crashed.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
La-di-da.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Hmm. Terrifying.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Yeah, I probably won't. Free the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet.
Yeah.
She didn't so much as utter a sound.
Yeah, she didn't.
The princess clutches the wound, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the
No,
locked
you
door.
won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
Oh.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess dodges? Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive. Thank you.
I tried so hard and got so far.
You swing your arm towards her throat, the blade singing through the air. But she's ready for it. She grabs your arm, her grip like a stone vice.
Oh, welcome back. It's going, as you can see.
You drop the blade.
Oh! Yes, I have a bird arm.
She lets go, and faster than you can react, rears back and hits you with a bone-shattering haymaker. There's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured your jaw, but your body isn't allowing you to feel much right now. Adrenaline coursing through your system and numbing your nerves. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your trembling arms up to defend yourself before she hits you again.
Oh yeah, no, her punches are like getting hit by a fucking sledgehammer, apparently. She cut off and basically ripped her arm off without batting an eye. She's very much, not phased by much with an exceptionally high strength.
Every blow is as punishing as the first. You feel bones shatter with every impact, unknown ruptures blossoming with blood somewhere inside of you.
You poor thing. I'll go ahead and put you out of your misery.
She places a confident heel on your chest and pushes you down to the ground. Her knee falls to your throat, your windpipe crushed beneath a weight you didn't think her slight form could possibly possess. It can't just end like this, right? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Hurry.
You're on a path. You're here.
Yes. Okay,
Oh,
no.
don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's going to kill us again.
Let me check something. Okay, this one will lead to
So
the
another
first
one of the
ending I
same.
had.
If you go to the... You are never going to...
Alright, I'm gonna leave.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave?
Got another
Do you
achievement.
even know where you're...
How do they continue down the path away?
Fine. I suppose you just... That's strange. You're
Turn around and
really...
leave again. I'm just gonna keep leaving, see if how long I can keep this up.
Your silence is deafening.
Yes, I know.
But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? There's always a choice.
Yeah,
Let me tell
just
you.
leave,
And here, but
leave.
first, it's a little bit...
Yeah.
Every way... But you're too stubborn. You've doomed us all. You know, you lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time.
Chapter 2, again? Stranger.
You're on a path. You're here to...
I got chapter 2 again? Wonderful. Okay. I have 8 out of the 13 achievements. This is really fun. My game would let me see my achievements. That would be fantastic. Ooh. That is mucho nakuro. I think I know why. Steam isn't letting me view the achievements. Steam is kind of crashing. You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she?
Last time, if still, you are
Yes, yes. Aw. Yeah, I get it.
I have. She will lie. Maybe she isn't a liar. Ignore them. They're just.
Shades of the cat.
The interior of the cabin is odd. The air smelling faintly of plastic. The blade is your imp. If he wants us to take it, maybe we. I, for one, would. I've already.
And to the basement.
Her voice. This. What is. I think we'd. You're playing a dangerous game by. You carefully make your way down the stair. As you descend the
Yeah,
final.
she's already out of
the
her
form of the princess comes into
fucking
view.
binding in this.
She locks eyes with you, one moving a little faster than the other. The loose skin of her face stretches into something resembling a smile.
Yes, yes.
Good lord. Something in her neck bulges, roiling under her skin as she starts to speak, her voice pouring out between her closed teeth.
Yeah.
Don't be a
7 endings on the demo and many more to find. Is there a way to check how many endings you have? Automatic saves. Alright. I'm skipping some of the words because I'm trying to do 100%, and these are all endings that I've already done. So I actually seems like I'll need to restart the game real quick. But yeah, I am skipping some of the words because it is all stuff that I've already done, and I'm trying to get 100% on the game. There's only 13 achievements, one for each of the endings, and then like some funny dumb shit that you can do. And Steam 100% closed. Alright, back to this. Yeah, I have 8 out of the 13, which is the Fury. Finished the demo with the Fury ending, the Stranger ending, that's the last one that we just did. The Damsel ending, the Spectre ending. Start chapter 2 and get the heck out of Dodge for nope. The real Slay the Princess starts here. Die with the You Died from Dark Souls. Princess Souls die at least 6 times across all playthroughs. The ones I have left are apparently called The Beast, The Nightmare, Finish a Staring Contest, Give Her the Knife, and One Hidden One. So that's what I have to do still. But before anything else, there we go. I will be right back. All right. All right, let me just snap my head back into place real quick. There we go. Aww.
You're here.
Okay.
Don't
Thanks for
mention
telling me what to
It's
do.
all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
I will.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't. Alright, let's proceed to the cabin. Alright. There is a way to save. Okay. Let's put one there. I tried
The
that.
interior of the
I
cabin
died
is
horribly.
almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor
That's
and
the damsel
walls are
ending.
painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is your implement.
Gonna enter the basement. Fine, I'll try and date the princess. Sigh.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp.
No, it's
A
death.
hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Aww. Here to save you. Lie. I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
Yes, yes.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Let's examine the chains.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
Aww. I'm going to put another save here.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Because she
Well, if
isn't
that doesn't
exactly
work, I guess
human
you
like
can always
me.
cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click. Is someone else here?
Aww. Try the door.
You try the door. but it's locked from the outside.
Yeah, I'll return.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Yeah, I was supposed to do that.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
But yeah, her eyes are 10 mountains tall because she isn't exactly a
There's a
human.
slight panic.
And I
rising
don't
in
know
the
if you'll
princess's
notice that in what's about to happen.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
But we'll sort of see.
She barely hesitates
Yeah.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination
She's
of a
not
trapped
exactly like...
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it
Yeah.
made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Yeah, she didn't utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, that's kind of like the whole point.
She clutches the wound, softly smiling as her gaze
I don't think I am.
expands.
But I don't think she's entirely human either. You know, the fact that she's in one ending become a demon, in another ending become sort of like humorous person, become an anime girl, and what other endings have I got? And also a ghost. I don't think she's entirely human, you know?
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
First locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, as the princess approaches the bottom stair... Wait, this isn't... Watch me.
What are you doing?
Alright. Look at all my options. All these options. Warren
Stop
here.
that.
Oh, I thought this was all a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges. Wait, she dodges? Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Are you now? Now I'll try
Thank
something.
you.
I'll do my best to make this quick.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you.
Yeah, and her eyes glow.
She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness.
Kinda
Dress
hot, you know?
stained in red, as her blood and yours both seep.
You know. You know. Like. You know.
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside
Absolutely.
world.
Her as the Fury, which is just like a demon. Oh yeah. She was like a confident demon, fucking standing tall, looking at me and just like, what the fuck are you doing here? After I killed her once, and she like broke my fucking jaw with her sledgehammer punch.
It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I do die. The beast. Alright, another ending.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Absolutely, I am. Have you seen most of us? Like, honestly.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Pinky. Don't you worry. I'll gladly slay that princess.
Such
She's gonna come.
magnificent gusto. We'll all be in the clear in no time.
Alright.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie.
She's right, you know. She's a clever one, and determined too. Keep your eyes open and your senses sharp, because we're not going to let her get the best of us again.
Ignore him. She's just a princess. Don't overestimate her.
Narrator, please, you gotta understand. You gotta listen to us just a little bit.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only item of furniture is a plain, termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
There is an ending I have to do where it will show you that he isn't entirely incorrect about his mark.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yes, do it. Take the blade and make her pay for what she's done.
Take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It'd be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creeps open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to step over a few holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're stepping down into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Yeah, that's
She
super easy.
growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
It isn't hypnotizing anymore. It's almost feral.
Woo.
Don't let her intimidate you. You carefully make your way down the stairs. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, a
A furry.
large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. She has both her arms again, and she's different, isn't she?
The beast is showing us what she really is.
You're the reason I'm still down here. Fiend, monster, betrayer. Nothing will get between my teeth and
Well, we
your
died.
throat.
That ending is called The Beast. Let's load. Aww. Does she get this game is like a looping sort of time thing, but only me and her and the voices in my head, so my headmates basically know what's going on. Well, the narrator doesn't, but the narrator does know what's going on.
The interior of the cabin is almost the blade.
Alright, so I know what I'm gonna do right now.
You take the blade from
Into the basement.
Who's there?
its command. Don't let it fool you.
Continue down the
You're
stairs.
still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm gonna make this a save point. Seal your nerves and step
You
forward.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Do you hear the conviction in her voice? Do you see the razor sharpness in her gaze? I don't think she's bluffing. She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Alright, so, if you just listen to the narrator and just go and say, like, go and slay
You lunge
her.
forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into
It's very
her
easy to
heart.
kill her. In Minecraft.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming, but I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
There it is again. That razor-sharp look in her eyes and the terrifying conviction in her words. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
She does.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Not sure. I feel like she has some kind of trick
It's
up her
over.
sleeve.
You could check her sleeves if you want, but I can assure you that there's nothing hidden up there.
She doesn't have much. Her sleeves aren't that big anyway. She does take the dying very, very well.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
I did just kill someone.
You did kill someone. But that day isn't today.
Yeah, my sleeve.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of space.
Yeah.
What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy. I'm
Oh,
so
okay.
glad you're keeping an open mind. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time
All right.
passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
You hear the narrator? I'm happy.
Are we
We're
really
happy.
happy? Or is he just telling us that we are?
No, we're happy. I'm
Really?
sure of it.
Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voices' pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
To be honest, my guess for this game is we are all of the characters. Because we aren't human, quote unquote. our actions change who is around us and who is there. Uh, and the narrator and the princess seem to be against each other and using us as a sort of fight in between them. It's like a fight between two gods using the exact same pawn. Um, and the only upside the narrator has control of us, where we can fight, but the not like keep knowledge of loops, where the princess can keep knowledge of loops, but is like more physically vulnerable. Because there's been no way to interact with the narrator as it is now. Yeah, I knew it. That was the secret ending. Oh. Alright. I have 3 achievements left. The Nightmare, Staring Contest, and Manifesting a Gun for my enemy to kill me with now. Alright. Okay.
The
Here.
interior of the blade.
I'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the...
Into the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from her voice.
Who's there?
It's command, don't let it fool you.
Howdy.
Hey, stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitor.
You walk down the... She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
Are you here to kill me or something?
Alright. I believe the final ending is going to have to do with this. I'm gonna put that there. I'm just here to talk.
So, why'd you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look, don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do.
Tighten my grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and
Poor thing. Your hands are shaking, are you?
you step forward.
Because you
Your grip
should
on
be.
the blade tightening
Oh.
to steel your resolve.
Oh.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that... So, you should...
Do you hear the conviction in her? She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be...
Then I'm not talking to you.
Alright, the staring contest has
Staring,
begun.
Princess. Squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
You squint even harder. So does she.
At least nobody's dying right now.
You're going to have to make a choice. You can't keep squinting forever. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
So, this is a pretty awkward start to a relationship.
Aww. Yeah, it's pretty
Not to
awkward.
make things even more awkward, but do you know why you're here to kill me?
You're a threat to the whole world.
Don't just tell her that.
Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of... monster?
I have seen that you are, yes. Yes, I
I
do.
even bothered to tell you how I'm supposed to end the world, because that just doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd be capable of.
Well, you... Sorry, I need to lower that just ever so slightly. But so far, you have erected a wall around all existence of this cabin, duplicated your existence in this cabin about 1,000,000 times, turned into a demon, turned into a feral beast, turned into a ghost, and turned into a hot anime version of yourself. I think you can do many things to end this world.
Princess hesitates before responding. She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
I don't think what I do really matters. Look, at the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or any other number of good things that I'm sure you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So, do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
From you shatters every bone in a person's body. What the fuck are you talking about?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less. You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there. Well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes say she isn't suggesting she is.
I am going to put another save. You talked enough.
Have you decided?
You know why you're...
I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit, and get to know each other better while I decide to.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon...
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice.
I made my choice. Locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
Sticking to the plan and locking you down here? Oh, thank God. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your
Yeah.
way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue.
But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Ruh-roh.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Ignore her and take a nap. You're a
I
monster.
could be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
That's
You
true.
put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Oh.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Alright,
You're on a path in the woods,
2 achievements
end of
left.
that path
This one
is a
and
cabin.
another one.
and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, I love this game so much already. Why do you keep doing this, camera? Please. Snap out of it, camera. I believe in you.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Don't
Such
you worry.
magnificent gusto. We'll all be in the clear in no time.
Dude, we won't.
I have one last warning for you. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Don't believe a word she says. Oh God, we can't go in there. Do either of you feel sick? Because I feel sick just thinking about that place. We're going to die.
Oh, yeah.
You should be careful. There's something very wrong going on here. Ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about. She's just a princess. No reason to get all freaked out.
Yes, there is. What are you talking about? She literally shut down all our internal organs by looking at us.
The interior of the cabin
Oh, this is
plain,
wonderful.
the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only item of furniture is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. Ruckus. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No. The basement door. It isn't there anymore. She could be anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just a frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting.
No, what did you do? This isn't how things are supposed to go. She's supposed to be an ordinary princess. Quick, the blade.
Go ahead and take your little toy. It won't do you any good.
Oh.
Your legs go numb before you even have a chance to reach for the blade. You collapse to the floor as your lungs seize up, refusing to take in air.
No, not again!
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I. I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Everything goes dark, and you die. I'm sorry.
All right. Oh, I love this game so much. Honestly, wonderful. Uh-huh. I need to figure out how to get give her a knife real quick. I'm going to search that up. All right.
Dead.
All right. No, mute. Oh. How to do it. That's all the backgrounds. I do love how like the cabin changes ever so slightly with each different ending. That is actually really cool. I'm gonna try and do that. Wow. Go
The
here.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely. The blade is your.
Take the blade. Oh no. Yes. I didn't mean to save. Go to load.
Oh,
You.
Aww.
That seems like a pretty. Leaving her alive is too.
one way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can, and if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have.
Now I'm going to save here. I've made my
and this
choice.
chance will have.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your.
It won't be long.
Slip either way.
Now
It's
I go
never
back.
too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there, because you shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you.
She applies more pressure, slowly. This is the end. I'm afraid it is. Everything goes black.
Okay. No. Go to load. Like that. Wow.
Oh, for the love of.
Good.
You're making. No. You're doing the. You walk up to the chains, they're large and heavy.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go look.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
I'll be here.
Alright.
You attempt to. Is someone else. You try the door. You're here.
Right up. To the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam, the knife. Pick it up and cut.
You won't like.
Free the princess.
Again, you cut. She didn't so much as the prince. How is she so.
Thank you.
First lock door.
No. As the. Wait. Watch me.
No. Yep, go back. Okay, we
Oh.
talked enough.
You know.
Keep her locked away.
That seems like.
And if you don't, I can.
Leaving her in the basement.
You'll be the. You close.
I know you're.
Just ignore. You hit. You're.
Alright, no. I fucked something up. Drat. Shout out to Manly Badass Hero for me watching his video right now to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, I need to go all the way back here. This is what the problem has been. Alright.
She will.
See to the cabin. Yes, yes.
No! No!
Alright. Start game.
You're warm. The interior.
Alright. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaked, her voice softly.
Hello?
Is hypnotized. Don't let.
Yes, it's hypnotizing. Yes, I know. I'm here to see you.
Wait,
but-
really?
I
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I hope you brought something to do.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your. You're only making this.
Thank you.
You're making. No. You're doing the right thing. You walk. They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the...
Maybe a
I
down.
don't. But go
Okay.
upstairs and check.
You attempt to make your.
I have fucked up. The first thing to do would be to go here.
If you're fine. But fine. There's. She will.
See to the cabin. Ugh. I'm sorry. I want all these
Your
achievements.
honor.
On
You make-
towards cap. See to the cap.
The interior of the blade is.
Right. I am going to save here. Into the basement.
Her.
Wait,
Why?
really?
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused.
Stay
Hi.
focused, yes.
I can't believe you're... I hope you
Wow.
brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but
Hold on, let's talk.
Okay.
Uh, Can't believe they've been keeping you. I'm gonna save here. What's your name?
Oh,
she pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Fair? I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you've been locked down here for a reason. First person you've seen in a while. We've been eating or drinking.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
Oh. Wonderful. I mean, fair, but also Lamau.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
So is Princess your name?
Like I said, You can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just...
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Just gonna go back upstairs without saying another word.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
Yeah, I guess.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet. Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm. Princess is nowhere to be seen. Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Yeah, it seems just a wee tiny bit, itsy bit bigger, you know? I think we got off on the wrong foot. Do you think we can start
you
over?
Coward.
No, I don't think we can. Why don't you come closer?
That I haven't seen before, so let's put it here. She's lost an arm. I'm locking her down here. There, I'm gonna see
This is
this.
a dangerous play. Who's to say she'll actually succumb to her wounds? She doesn't have a weapon, and she's missing an arm. You close the basement door. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound, and we have all the time in the world. You settle in against the far wall. It isn't long before you...
I know you're...
She sounds... As she
When
violently...
I get out of... You don't...
It doesn't... No.
Make it bleed out faster.
Losing an arm is actually enough to do me in? I can always find another. I'm not as...
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that
Oh.
awful basement.
That's different.
You try and stumble to your feet. It isn't all at once. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course.
Okay, that's cool. But now I'm going to try and fight her.
Your
Let's finish
eyes
this.
dart to the corners. Where is she?
Alright. Here we go. Close the door behind me.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, it's locked. This isn't right. Where...
Oh, wait.
Do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually... Come on, wake up. You wait for as long as you can, pushing yourself to stay. You barely even realize pain tears you from your sleep. The princess is There's nothing to be done. It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone.
Okay. That went horribly.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Alright,
You close
close
the
the
door
door.
behind you. Almost this.
Come on
I
out.
can wait.
Venture into the
You
shadows.
step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor. Holy shit. What is she?
Give up.
Are you serious?
Prince, this is the end.
I'm afraid.
Just like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh. Just trying out these different deaths are pretty cool. Close the
You
door.
close the door behind you. This
Aww.
I
Come on
can
out.
wait.
Enter into the shadows.
step. Holy shit.
Fight back.
You roll the prince.
Those eyes. She's going to kill us.
Yes, things do look a little grim, don't they? Our friend is losing quite a lot of blood. But there's a reason she's struck with an ambush. She's not confident about a direct confrontation.
Just because she's playing it safe doesn't mean we have the upper hand.
Come on now. Don't let your confidence waver. This is...
I'm going to kill you.
The princess leaps onto you as you raise your blade in defense. You find your target and time after time you strike, but the wounds she inflicted in her ambush hinder your movements, and with each fresh exchange you're a little slower. You seek solace in the fact that she is slowing too. Finally, she collapses.
If you think this is it, you're...
Your grasp on the blade weakens.
This can't be how it ends, right?
I'm sorry.
But it is.
If we're lucky, the wounds she sustained will take her before too long. But our friend isn't making it out of this basement. Everything goes dark.
Investigate that arm.
As you step towards the severed limb, you hear the pattering of feet behind you, soft against the basement floor, then loud and desperate against the stairs. You turn to chase after the princess, but she's fast and has too much of a lead. She slams the door behind her before you can make it to the top of the stairs. The lock clicks into place.
No!
Thanks for letting me out. I'd return the favor, but I think we both know that I can't trust you to let me stay free.
With those parting words, the princess walks away, her quiet footsteps eventually fading as she leaves you and the cabin to rot. You're stuck here, alone.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. You don't know how much time passes before the end, but eventually it comes. The world ends, and you end with it. You're on a path. You're here to...
Okay. Aw. You know what? I think finding the one thing is going to be too hard and too much like trial and error, and that might take me like another hour to fucking do it, and it's not even for an ending. So I think I'm gonna end this part here, and